how do you grow your YouTube channel from zero? So, if you're just new to YouTube or you want to grow a channel, whether you're looking to do that because you're a business and you want to build your brand, and what is involved. So, in this live stream, I'm going to cover my 5 strategies for growing my YouTube channel from zero. Just like you, I'm a regular person, and the strategies that I've implemented that have helped me get more subscribers, that have helped me get more views and grow from 0 to 100 to 1,000 to I just reached 22,000 subscribers. So pretty excited about that. So this is what we're going to talk about in today's live stream. Now, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Sara Nguyen, and I help coaches, consultants, and creative pros build their business using video on social media with ease. Now, whether you are watching the replay or if you're live with me now and you have a question, please feel free to drop your questions in the chat if you're live, or drop them in a comment and I will address them or create another video if we need. So let's get right into the live stream today. It's a really exciting topic, and I'm excited for the content that we've got to talk about today. So I think when it comes to YouTube, one of the biggest things that people get incredibly caught up on is how do you grow the channel, right? How do you get more subscribers so that you can participate in the YouTube partnership program and make money from your YouTube channel? How do you get that? So the biggest question I get asked all the time is, well, how do you actually grow your channel? And it's really tough in the beginning when you're just getting started. And I completely understand. So let's talk about some strategies that I've implemented that I think have really helped me grow as a channel and as a business as well. And the first strategy that I have deployed is live streaming. Live streaming as a strategy to grow the YouTube channel. Now, this year, for me and for many people, it's been incredibly crazy. And I actually turned to live streaming as a way of creating content on YouTube because it doesn't require as much time as what it does when you produce a video that you need to upload and edit. So with live streaming, you prepare your content, you go live, and then the video sits on YouTube Live or it sits on Facebook Live, and that's pretty much it. You can trim it, but in terms of the time required to edit it, there's none. So live streaming is such an incredibly efficient way of creating content that I turned to live streaming for YouTube. I was doing it on Facebook, but then I turned to YouTube as well as a way of getting more content out there. And I think this really has been one of the biggest secrets that has grown the channel, particularly this year, because I've been able to produce a lot of content, even though I've had not as much time. And if I hadn't have live streamed this year as much as I did, I probably would have released one video every 3 months because of how chaotic and just all over the place I was. But with live streaming, I've been able to put out content pretty much every week, which I wouldn't have been able to do personally with my current situation if I was purely editing and uploading videos as well. So live streaming allows you to put out content really efficiently, and it also allows me to do stuff that it allows me to fail quickly. Because with a live stream, there's less time invested. I'm a little less sensitive to the videos that I put out, because I know that, okay, if I put out this video and it doesn't do amazing, then that's okay. I haven't spent 15 hours working on it, editing it. I've spent the time to prepare it, I've spent the time to produce it, and I can optimize it later. Whereas if I spent 15, 20 hours to do the whole video cycle and it didn't do well, then that kind of, makes you feel a little bit crap. So for me, it allows me to fail quickly and fail kind of elegantly, if that's such a thing, which is why I think it's such a great strategy to grow your YouTube channel. And the more videos that you can release, the more chances that you have into being actually found in YouTube and being found in Google. So live streaming lets you do that. So I think live streaming is definitely a massive strategy that will help you grow your YouTube channel. It also helps you get watch time. So if you haven't been approved, if you don't meet the criteria for monetization on YouTube, consider live streaming, because it's kind of like this secret ninja way where you can increase your watch time really easily. So consider live streaming as a way of growing your actual channel. Now, the second strategy that I've deployed is to validate the video topics with data, not emotions. Now, let's talk about this a little bit. So when it comes to creating videos, whether it's for YouTube or creating videos for Facebook Live or any other social media platform, common question that I get asked is, what topic should I live stream about? What topic should I create? And the answer that I have for that is that it depends, right? Don't make decisions for the topics that you're going to live stream about based off your gut instinct. Use data to validate it. So what does this actually mean? So before I actually go and write down an outline, or before I go and plan out a video, I make sure that there is actually demand for this topic. I do that using tools such as vidIQ, and I'm going to show you in a minute, as well as keywords everywhere. So I make sure that people are actually searching for this video that I'm going to create. So they're searching for answers. Otherwise, what's the point in creating a video if there's zero demand and if no one wants to know about it, right? So I think this also extends itself to if you are creating content and there isn't like a direct, keyword related to it, find a keyword to match it so that it can be found in search. So I'm going to do an example. Okay, let's go over to my computer now. So before I actually, come on, here we go. Now, hopefully you can see my screen. So before I actually go ahead and create a video, I use tools that are available to me, and I use this to validate that people are actually looking for the actual topic. So the one that I'm going to do as an example, so one of the videos on my channel that has done really well is how to create a Facebook page. Now let me show you the process that I would go through to validate that this is actually a topic that's worth creating a video for, that I have a chance to actually get views and to answer people's problems with. So I'm in vidIQ at the moment. I'll make this a little bit larger. And within vidIQ, they are a paid service that you can use to find out the keyword volume of keywords within YouTube. So what people are searching for within YouTube and if there's search volume behind them. It's not perfect. There are some gaps in the data, but it's better than nothing, right? It's better than going blind. So the first thing I would do is I would go to vidIQ, I would go to their keyword search tool, and I would type the topic that I want to create the video about. So I'm going to go, how to create a Facebook page, right? And then vidIQ will populate the data for me. It's telling me for this keyword, I can see, and make this larger so you can see it, that, the search volume, and this is the estimated average number of times people search it in YouTube each month, is 11,000 searches each month. It tells me that the competition for people competing for this video at the moment is low. So that's another great indicator that helps me, make data-informed decisions, make decisions based on data, not emotions. And I'm very emotional, so I really appreciate having data to be able to assist me in making the decision. And it gives me a score of overall, is this a good keyword to go after? So, it takes out the guesswork of what should I create content about, and it takes out the guesswork of, is this worth creating a video about? Because I know just from vidIQ alone that this is a pretty popular search term. There's not a lot of competition, so I have a chance of actually competing and succeeding. And then it also gives me related keywords which I can use in the tags. So it takes out the emotions, gives me the facts to help me make this decision. So that's the first thing that I would do to validate, is this topic actually worth going after? The second thing that I would do is I use a keyword plugin called Keywords Everywhere. And this plugin, it's a paid plugin, but it's actually really affordable. I think it's like $10, and then you get like hundreds of thousands of keyword searches. So I've got the plugin installed, and it's a Chrome browser. And what I would do is I would type the same keyword in Google, how to create a Facebook page. And then you'll see all this data populate. So here it is. It's doing its work here. It's telling me that for this keyword, how to create a Facebook page, I can see here that the search volume is 100,000 searches in Google per month. Now, why does that matter? Because Google, YouTube, they're one big happy family. If you can rank a video in YouTube and you can rank a video in Google, magic happens. You get lots and lots of views. So that tells me that yes, there is a lot of search for this term. This graph here tells me that for the most part, it gives you the chance to switch between the trending traffic between, the last 7 days, 30 days, 3 months, 12 months, 5 years. It tells me, is this trending, or is it, something that fluctuates, or is it growing? And I can see for the last 12 months, if I draw a straight line, pretty much it's growing, right? For the most part, I can see that how to create a Facebook page as a long-term search keyword is actually growing. And then it also gives me other data like, the volumes for related things that people are also searching for. So now, instead of thinking, is this worth creating a video for? It validates that it is. And it also gives me other things that I can look at, like other keywords as well, that I can create videos for. So this takes out the actual emotion of it because we're validating with data. We love that. And then the third thing that I would do when I'm validating for data is I would look in YouTube itself, right? So how to create a Facebook page. And then I can see here within YouTube that yes, there are existing videos on it. I've got all of my plugins here, and the plugins give me a lot of data as well. So stop making decisions based on what you think will actually work. Use tools. I use keywords everywhere. I use vidIQ. The links to those are in the actual description, and that will help you make informed decisions on what topics you should create videos about. Stop guessing, use the data and use the tools to validate. And I'm not saying, you only create videos if there's search volume. I'm saying if you want to create a video, check that there's search volume. If there isn't search volume, see what keywords people are using to get to the topic that you want to create the video about, and adjust your videos, because this will help you get more views, because you want to be able to optimize for keywords. You want to be able to optimize for things that people are actually looking for. So this is incredibly important, to validate the video topics with data, not emotions. So that is strategy number 2. Now, further on to this is to make more decisions based on data. I think that this year for me has been the year where I've had to check my ego at the door, which is, depending if you know me in real life or not, pretty big sometimes, and really see that it's not about me. It really is not about me. It's not about you. It's about your content and how your content performs, and how your content performs if it resonates with your viewers and if it's performing within YouTube search. Now, when I talk about using more data to make decisions, what am I actually talking about? Once again, there are lots of tools specifically for YouTube that help us do this. I'm going to go back to my computer so I can show you a direct example of this. So here is something within a tool called TubeBuddy. If you haven't heard of TubeBuddy, the link is in the description as well. And they're another great tool to help you get more data and make sense of the data in YouTube so we can make better decisions. One of the things that I am doing that I think really makes a difference to the performance of your channel within YouTube is your thumbnails, right? So once again, the big question for me is, in terms of thumbnails that I have for the video, what will perform better? Is my face enough to attract people to click on that thumbnail? Or is my face not clickable enough? And do people just want to see not my face, more contextual images about the video topic? And we can debate until the cows come home on which one is actually right. Or we can use tools available to us, such as TubeBuddy, to run tests and to get data to inform us. So what you see now is a test that I'm currently running. So the video is how to screen share on a live stream. And on the top is the thumbnail that I've got. So as you can see, there's my face. And underneath it is the one that I'm testing it against to see which one does better. So what happens is when you use TubeBuddy, TubeBuddy will serve the variations, so the other thumbnail. So people, when they're looking for, when they're finding your video, it will alternate between the one that you uploaded and the one that you want to test against. And then it gives you data so you can see which one gets the better click-through rate. At first, I I didn't understand the value of this until I actually did it. And the data tells me at the moment, and the experiment is still running, is that currently your original version, so this one with my face, is performing better than the variation, so the one without my face. And I'm going to let this experiment run and then decide based off the data which one is getting the higher click-through rates. And it also tells me which one is getting longer watch time. So use the tools to make more data-based decisions. If I didn't use this tool, how would I know which one is performing better? But now I've got the means to test it with actual data. And the thing that I like about TubeBuddy, so this is just one of the features that they have within their tool. But the thing that I like about them is that, particularly for this, which is split testing, A/B split testing of your thumbnails, is that, they'll give you the data, but then they'll also give it to you at a statistically significant level as well. So it's not just random data, there's a little bit of logic behind it, and that is better than trying to make decisions based off emotions. So big one is to use tools available to you to make more decisions. Let's talk a bit more about this, because there's more to it than just using tools such as TubeBuddy. Let's go back to the camera. So another way that I use data to make decisions is, if you are ever on YouTube on the app, you'll see that I do a lot of surveys. I do a lot of polls, and whether it's on the YouTube channel or on my website or within like exit things that happen. And I'm trying to do that so that it helps me better understand you. It helps me better understand what you need, where you're at, so I can create content that is completely aligned to your needs, right? And this is really important to help you grow your channel. One, if I didn't do this, I wouldn't know for the most part where you're at, okay? If you're live streaming, if you're not live streaming, if you're a business, if you're a coach, for the most part, when I surveyed you guys told me that half of you have started, but the other half haven't. So I've got to tailor my content for people who haven't started live streaming and who have, but are still new to the journey. I also know that you prefer mobile over desktop, and I also know that I know a lot of things about you guys, because you guys tell me that growing your channel on YouTube is important to you, because you want to get those subscribers so that you can join the YouTube monetization program, make more money from YouTube. But a lot of you also want to grow a YouTube channel to help you build authority and to grow your business. And I know this not because I, had a dream and a vision came to me, but you guys told me. You guys told me this in the surveys that I put out. You guys told me this through the comments. All the data is there. So I make the decisions of what I'm going to do for the channel and what I'm going to create for you based off the data. So surveying you guys and off the tools that are available as well. So that is strategy number 3. Continue to make decisions based off data and use the tools available to you to get this data. TubeBuddy is a great one. vidIQ is a great one. Keywords Everywhere, or tools to help you understand the data better and implement what you learn on your channel. So let's look at strategy numero 4. Stop buying equipment, please. So I commonly hear all the time from people when I ask them, why haven't you started live streaming yet? A lot of the answers I get back is, I don't really like my microphone. I want to my microphone is too big, it covers my face, so I'll live stream when I have a smaller microphone. And I'm like, what? No, you're ready to live stream now, don't you? No. Or I hear, I haven't got a ring light. I've just got softbox lights. So I want to get a ring light before I live stream. I'm like, no, you've already got what you need. So for me, when I first started, and I think when a lot of people start live streaming, it's really seductive to buy more equipment, right? The cameras, the lighting, oh my goodness, stream decks, interfaces. It's really seductive because you think, oh, that's going to help me, look really professional. That's going to help me have better videos. But the truth is, it's not any of that that makes the difference to grow your channel. I know when I first started using a webcam to live stream back in the Google Hangout days. And that was how I started creating videos on YouTube. And it's those videos that, kind of helped me to understand They gave me the views, that gave me the data to see what people are actually creating, or what people are actually searching for, and what people are actually wanting from me. So if I hadn't done those low fidelity, let's call it, type of videos, and I waited until I got a DSLR, I wouldn't have released videos, for 5 years. But I used what I had. Used my mobile device, I used my webcam, and now I've progressed to use a DSLR. So stop buying things, or stop thinking that you need to have, a high-end camera, a high-end mobile device, whatever, to start creating videos or to start live streaming, because that is just not true. Use what you've got and make it about your content. It's not about your equipment. I have seen videos, particularly in the Facebook groups, where I can see people have spent at least $5,000 on a setup. They've got a very expensive camera. I can see audio interfaces. I can see switches. I can see very expensive lights. And I'm like, $5,000. And then I look at their YouTube channel and they've got 3 videos. And I'm like, I sure as hell hope that you are just getting started and that you haven't just had this equipment for 12 months, because that's a lot of money to spend to not make money back, right? So my point is, it's not about the equipment. It really is about you and the content that you create. So stop buying stuff and thinking that that is what will help you grow your channel. It's not. It's putting out content more consistently. It's getting data for that content and then getting better with each video that you create. So stop buying stuff is strategy number 4 to help you grow your YouTube channel. Now, strategy numero 5. Now, this is all about mindset. It's to change how you think about YouTube. And this is a couple of things that I want to address here. First of all, I kind of alluded to this in the previous sections, and it really is that in terms of your content, it really does not need to be perfect. A lot of the times when I ask you, why haven't you done a live stream? Why haven't you released a video? I hear, because it's not good enough yet, because I want it to be perfect. And I'm like, no, stop thinking that it needs to be perfect in order for you to release it on YouTube, in order for you to release it on Facebook Live. It's kind of like that, if a tree falls in the wood and no one hears it, does it exist? By definition of sound, it doesn't. So if you don't release your content, if you don't do your live streams, they don't exist, and you'll never know if it's actually any good. You get better with YouTube. The more that you create content, the more you release it, and the more that you look at the analytics, but you can't get there if you don't actually do it. So stop thinking that it has to be perfect. Stop it. Stop doing that. Just start releasing your content and then refine it. I want you to also, in terms of YouTube, the thing that helped me really grow, particularly within this year, was to stop chasing subscribers. And this is a really tough one. And I feel that we really need to have a conversation about this, because when it comes to YouTube, I understand how seductive subscribers is, particularly because YouTube have these benchmarks. So you reach 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, and then you get monetized. You reach the next level and you get access to the community tab. You reach the next level and you get this. At 100,000, you get the beautiful plaque, which I'm gunning for, by the way. But I understand how seductive subscribers is, but I can tell you right now that subscribers isn't what will help you grow the channel. Chasing that isn't what will help you grow the channel. When I was earlier on in my YouTube journey, and I was only at about 1,000 or 2,000 subscribers, which I was very proud of at that point. I was like, woohoo, 1,000 or 2,000. I had brands reach out to me at that point for brand deals. And I was like, what's going on? And they didn't clearly reach out to me because I had lots of subscribers. They reached out to me because of my content. Every single video that I've had that has come from a brand where we've done a brand deal, where they've paid me for videos or they've given me stuff, is we've seen your videos, we've seen your content, we love it, we think it's really aligned, we'd love to do something with you. It's not, oh, you have 1,000 subscribers, let's do a deal. Never ever have I ever had a brand, and I've had quite a few brand deals this year where they've said that to me. So stop chasing subscribers, start chasing content, and if anything, I would start chasing watch time. You want to grow, stop chasing subscribers, start focusing on your watch time, because that's all about your content. So that is my 5 tips for growing a YouTube channel. Now, please drop your questions. I had a couple of questions that came through from a couple of people which I am going to address. So, oh, I'm just going to check out the comments before I go directly to them. Hey, JF, thanks for joining us on the live stream. Great to see you here. Giga Art, hey girl, great to see you here as well. Heaps to digest here on a Sunday morning. It is. I'm going to put all of the notes, all of the timestamps at the end of the live stream, so you'll be able to kind of scroll back if you need. Activate LA, good to see you, Ray. Thanks for joining us. And Jason says, agree. Of course you agree, Jason. Agree with everything I say. Sara is always right. No, I'm totally joking. So let's get to the actual questions. Now, David Lingram sent a question through and he said, what's the one YouTube analytic metric that is underrated? And I had to think about this over breakfast this morning with my husband. And I feel that metric that's completely underrated, that people don't quite focus on as much as they do subscriber count, as much as they do view count, is watch time. Because one, you have to dig a little into your analytics to see watch time, but I think watch time is the one that you should be going for. Watch time is the one that you need to meet, that's harder to get to than subscribers. So everyone that I know who has met the monetization requirements for YouTube has said subscribers wasn't so hard, it was watch time that was harder to get. So a lot of them met the subscriber count before they met the watch time count. So I think if you focus on watch time, that allows you to go into your analytics and see where if people are dropping off, and if you can look at that content and say, okay, so the video is, argument's sake, 10 minutes, and I can see within watch time they're only watching 20% or they're watching 30%, or hey, this one they watched 100%. That tells you a lot of information on the topic, that tells you a lot of information on your audience, and to help use that data to help you create more videos, that is what will grow your channel. Stop thinking about subscribers, start focusing on watch time. So that's question numero 1. Okay, the other question that we have is, most of my views on my live episodes come within the first few days after publishing. This is pretty common, even after I promote it on multiple channels. How do you get more people to watch while you are still live? Do you have any tips there? Okay, so there are a couple things that I think there are a couple components to this question. In terms of live streaming, if your channel is still quite small, by nature, that you're just going to have less people on the live stream. Okay, so there are less people in your audience. There are going to be less people at the beginning on your live stream. So expect that. Focus on putting the value, your time, on the replay value. Okay, so if you're creating a live stream like this live stream here, I've done it so that I can add value to the people who are live, which is great. But I've also done it so I can add value to people who couldn't make it, because in order for the stars to align and everyone to make it on the live stream, I'd have to do my live streams at a time that I'd normally be sleeping, and I'm not going to do that. I can't do that. I need sleep. Your girl loves sleep, right? So focus on the replay value as one. To get people to watch, more people to watch the live stream, you've kind of got two options. One, you say that you've been promoting it and then you don't have a lot of people watching it. Consider, I'm assuming that you've been promoting it organically, so you haven't been running any ads. If you really want more people onto the live stream and it's that important to you, consider paid ads to promote it. Because your existing audience is too small and it's not quite aligning with them, ads so you can reach more people. That would be my advice. But I think for the most part, understand that with live streams, particularly live streams on YouTube, the magic happens after the replay. And if it's not happening after the replay, you need to optimize the video more. You need to optimize your title. You need to optimize your thumbnail. You need to optimize the tag, because tags are still important. So that's something that I would definitely focus on. So that would be advice to you there. So David said, what should we look for in regards to watch time? Lots of things. Watch time tells you a lot of things. It tells you of your video, what percentage are people actually watching of it. So are they watching 1%? Are they watching 80%? And that tells you, are people interested in it? Are you holding their attention, right? Or are you kind of offending them and annoying them and not getting to the point so they're dropping off? So that gives you insight into, okay, I saw that they dropped off before I got to the actual content. Was I rambling too long? Maybe I need to cut down my intro and maybe I need to get to the point, type of thing. Or maybe they're watching 80% of it and they're dropping off at the point where at the end of the live stream or at the end of the video, you start to ramble on again. Do you need to swiftly put in your ending without actually telling people that there's an ending? So there's a lot of strategies that you can deploy in terms of watch time, but I would 100% go within your analytics and look at watch time for the particular video. So that's really, really exciting. Okay, so I've got another question from Paul, and Paul said, in terms of your keywords, what's your process to actually deciding which tags that you add? So within the live stream today, I showed you guys, what did I show you guys? I showed you guys how I look at keywords within vidIQ and within Keywords Everywhere, but I'm going to go over to my computer now again. Okay, so what the video that I ranked for is how to create a Facebook page, right? So I'm in YouTube now. If we keep scrolling, ta-da, this is my video. So this is the video that I ranked. And I think it ranked for a couple of reasons. We don't know the exact reasons why the algorithm does things that it does, but this was an incredibly competitive keyword. This is quite old as well, but when I was looking at this topic, I realized that at that time, of the videos that were on YouTube showing people how to create a Facebook page, they were really short. Like they were 3 minutes, 5 minutes. And when I watched them, I was like, this is not every single step that someone needs to know. There's a lot of assumed knowledge here. So one, I focused on making the video as comprehensive as possible so someone who was completely new could follow my tutorial and successfully complete that task so they can successfully create a page. So that was what I focused on. I focused on making my content different. The other thing that I did was with the thumbnail, as you can see, every one of these thumbnails here, one they're all dudes and two they're all blue. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to make mine a little bit different. I'm going to put my face on it, be the female here, and I'm going to make it a different color. This coral color, why did I choose that color? At that time, Pantone's color of the year was coral, and I liked that color, and I thought it stood out. So there was no real science behind that, but I just liked this color. It stood out. It felt different, and I think that's one of the reasons that the video has been able to rank and do quite well. It's currently got 132,000 views, which is like, oh my God. But now let's look inside the actual video. So I was getting to a point here. In terms of the tags that I decided to add to the actual video, if we scroll, you'll be able to see the video tags here. I'm going to make it as large as possible. Then I'm going to remove my face so that I'm not hiding the actual data. So if we look at tags here on the right-hand side, you'll see that this is Keywords Everywhere. Once again, I'm using data to make decisions, right? When I was researching the keywords that people were looking for, I could see that there is a lot of search volume for these ones, and these are all related to how to create a Facebook page. So with YouTube, you get like 500 characters for your tags, and I made sure that every single tag that I've used is an actual tag that has search volume. As you can see on this volume column here, these are all the volumes for these tags, and these are all related tags to the actual topic. So I don't waste any space for the most part. I'm very intentional with the tags. And once again, data. Use data to make decisions, and this will definitely help you grow the channel. So let's go back to me. So Giga Art said, I'd click on that thumbnail because it's red. See, there you go. There's some data for you right there. I made it a bit different. And that's another strategy with YouTube, right? It's how do you make yourself a little bit different? And it could be subtle things as, okay, everyone's using blue because it's Facebook, and I get it. I'm going to be red, or I'm going to be yellow, and it's all about testing. And you can test thumbnails, which is a really great thing as well. So hopefully this is all really helpful. David says, in the future, you might be able to use that thumbnail testing tool to find the best color. Absolutely. So let's go back to, this is really fun. Isn't this fun, people? We're looking at data on it's Sunday morning here, Saturday evening for people in the Northern Hemisphere. Let's have a look here. Okay, so this is TubeBuddy and the thumbnail split test. So this is one of the tests that I did where I was testing my face and I was testing a thumbnail without my face because I wanted to see if my face is clickable for this particular thumbnail and video. And at the moment, my face is winning only ever so marginally, but I'm going to take it anyway. So at the moment, my face is doing 3.8% click through, and the one without my face is doing 3.07. So they're still quite close, but the experiment is still running. I'm going to go over to this next one. This is another one where I'm also testing my face and colors again. And the original, so this one, my face is doing 2.2% click through, and not my face is doing 2.5%. So not my face is winning in this case, but that's okay. The experiment's still running. We're using data to make decisions. I'm a little bit offended that you guys are choosing not my face over my face. No, I'm joking. Once again, you get to test different colors. You get to test, treatments, whether, you make a difference to the thumbnail or not. The data is telling me that for the most part, doesn't really make a difference. But it all allows you to kind of test all of this stuff. So it's really exciting stuff. Use the data available to you to help you make decisions. And there's, lots and lots of data that you can kind of, leverage to help you. So that essentially wraps us up. If we have any other questions, please do drop them so I can answer them. But I talked about a lot of things today in terms of what helps you grow your YouTube channel. I talked about how live streaming is a big strategy that helps you create more content efficiently and test topics fast and to get data. I talked about how you should not create a video without validating that there's traffic behind it and to use data to validate that it's worth creating a video for. We talked about continuing to make decisions based on data, right? So I showed you, split testing with TubeBuddy, VidIQ and Keywords Everywhere, where I can see data helps me make better decisions to help me grow the channel. I told you how equipment does not make your channel great. It's all about the content, and we talked about a couple of mindset resets. So David also says, how many thumbnails can you test at one time? I think within TubeBuddy, you can test a couple of things. You can test different thumbnails, and you can also test titles and changes to the text in the description as well. I've only tested variations of one thumbnail against the other at a time, but I believe you can run like different experiments. So within the one test, you can only do one or two, I believe. And I feel like I'm making stuff up now. But I only run one at a time because too much data makes my head go a little bit boomy. So it's a bit complicated. But I try to keep it as simple as possible. And that pretty much is it. So had a lot of fun today on today's live stream. As always, it's always a pleasure to be here with you guys and to present this information to you guys. Now, let's go. If you found this video useful, give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel where I do lots more tutorials on how to grow your business using video, and make sure you hit that notification button so you get a little, notice when I go live and you can join the party because it's a lot of fun. And make sure that you grab a copy of my social media checklist. If you're looking to grow your business, if you're looking to, grow your audience using social media, grab the social media checklist. I'll put a link to it in the description as well as on the screen. It will show you how to get up and running on all the social media platforms, everything you need to do to grow your audience. It's a great free resource that I've created for you guys, and I know you're going to love it. And that essentially wraps up today's live stream. Thank you so much for being here, everyone live on the live stream, and thanks everyone also watching the replay. Had a blast. I will see you on the next live stream, and bye for now.